Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Yorkie 3-Stripe. First of all, I want to just do a couple of things because I'm terrible. Because I tend to do my videos in one take. Yes, I know, I'm old. I'll sometimes do a video and I'll think, oh, bollocks, I forgot to say that or forgot to mention this. And it's just part of the territory that I work with. Maybe one day I'll start getting good at editing and things like that. But do you know what? I'm quite happy with the way it is. And it's not, if it's not broke, don't fix it. First of all, this appeared in my man cave recently. It, of course, is the Spezial FC ball, which just came out there just last month. I saw it and I thought, do you know what? I've got to get this. Love my football. I've got a nice little place for it over there. If you're on my Instagram, you've probably seen it already. I just think it looks like, obviously it's based on the iconic Tango ball. I think Gary Aspen explained it on his Insta the other day. Very much influenced by the Tango ball. The Telstar as well, which of course is the iconic ball with the hexagon, the black and white hexagon. That is the most famous football. When you think of a football, that's what you think. But of course the Tango, which came out in '78 for the World Cup. So he's incorporated the two really. You've got the black hexagons, but you've also got that Tango, well, the Tango bit there. And I think they've done a really good job of it. You've got the mod trefoil there, you know, and you've still got obviously the iconic vintage trefoil underneath. And it came in a nice box, which I'll obviously be keeping. Nice little box there. Which I won't be keeping it in that though. Also came with a nice little card, so I have mine placed on that card over there, and I'll do a little room tour in a few weeks when I get myself sorted. So that was really nice. I thought it was a really good for £80 retail. I think that was. Some people think that's absolutely criminal, but I think it's a good thing to keep that, and I would imagine that will be sought after more in years to come. I think it was quite limited as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Spezial on the top. This video is going to be not about Spezial. That is my only Spezial thing, but everyone's still waiting for the dates for the autumn winter. Just put that down there for the autumn winter collection. Obviously everything's been announced. Well, there's the footwear. I keep seeing 6, but there's actually 7 releases. You've got the New York 2 outdoor, which I absolutely love. That was the one, or is the one, that I'm going to go for. There's the Samoas, there's the Galaxy 2, there's a Wensley in like a dark brown, there's the Lytham shoe, there's a Munchen 2, and what was the other one? Is it Grisdale, the walking shoe? I think that's 7. I keep seeing 6. For some reason the Wensley's not always there. October I think is going to be the month that they come out, but I keep seeing different dates. 10th, I think they're always the Thursday, so if you pick a Thursday in October, one of them will probably be the release date for the Spezial collection. Autumn, winter, what a year. It's been so much brought out. Obviously the Akil and the marathons, which I've done. There's now a Japanese only release of those. The marathon in the black and red, which was the colour of Noel's ever first marathons, I believe. And the dark brown Akil, which I'm like that. I mean, I've got the other Akils there. I don't know, maybe a little bit of overkill there, but they are only exclusively available in Japan. So you'll have a job getting them, but they will be gettable, as we know, because we've always gone over to Japan to get footwear, and that will be a link to what I'm going to be doing this video on. So that's that. You had the Rollies came out in like a grey colour, quite nice. The Gazelle Spezial with the Oasis. The 200 were made for those for the crew of the Live 25 tour, limited edition. So they may crop up now and again on eBay over the next few years for God knows what. All black trainer, Gazelle. They've re-released the Mundial and the Copa Mundial boot as well, which I had. Just incorporating in line with the Spezial FC drop. So yeah, it's been a full-on year. It really has, on the back of last year as well, which of course was the anniversary, the 10-year. I think everyone was thinking, oh, this year will be a little bit lighter. I guess if it wasn't for the Oasis tour, it would have been. But obviously Adidas and Spezial as well, you know, did a lot of collaborations with Oasis. So that kind of, I suppose, what would have been a quite a year, just with 2 drops, it increased a lot. But the Spezial FC, obviously, of course, came out again as well. But not too much with that, as I say. Not everything is easy to get. I get that. I think a lot of people as well, I think people are now, I mean, certainly myself, I mean, if I was still a completist, I would need to remortgage my flat, because some of the, I mean, it's just endless, you know, the amount you could spend. Although saying that, I do probably spend similar on trainers anyway, but that's, you know, that's just me with my collection. So clothing wise, there was a hat. I've not seen any jackets or coats yet, but there will be, I'm sure. Which tells me it's nowhere near to maybe coming out, because, as I say, clothing hasn't been really revealed yet, and there will be clothing. There's a brown polo I've seen, a perforated brown polo, which I do like, and I may well get that. But apart from that, no, not a lot of clothing's been out. Although, oh, that's right, there's a green jacket, there was a green coat, and I think like a grey, like the touring jacket, if I'm mistaken. I didn't really look at it, and when I was scrolling, I saw it the other night. So hey, it's coming out, it's getting leaked. So that's that. I don't want to go too much into that, because this video isn't about that. But I do want to give a shout out before I start on the main topic of my video, and that is Blue Box. He is a wonderful guy. He's got a YouTube channel. He's a lovely guy from down in Wales. He does endless Adidas reviews, old and new. I think he's just done the Tahiti Marine there, but he goes right back, and he's a cracking guy. Give him a follow. He doesn't have anywhere near enough subscribers, but hopefully people will start watching his channel, Blue Box, and that, of course, as you know why the blue box signifies. So give him a follow, lovely guy. So I'm gonna go to do a video now, which is something I've been meaning to do for a while. I've had people going, when are you gonna do them? So I've got ZX500s. Obviously that's been a big thing. I've been getting into my ZX more and more. Started off with the 500s, it's now going on to other ZXs, but I want to go back and show you now the ZX 500s that I've got over the last few months. I just never got round to it. I did one in July where I did the 2012 dual release, the Shaniqua Java and the OG Tool. I did that then, or was that last month maybe? July, yeah, pretty much last month. We just got into October. So that was my start of it. Now I'm going to go and cover, first of all, the OG. I've got to show that. The OG ZX500, which was first released in 1984. I got myself one from 2013. First OG pair of ZX500s I've ever owned, which were a size exclusive. Which are those? And that is the OG colourway. Anybody that knows about the ZX500 will know that these are the OG colourway. This is what first came out in 1984. I've seen a French release of these from 85, absolutely fantastic, on Instagram, and it keeps popping up. A guy that I know, it's irrelevant of the size because they're so rare, and he's even got the original booklet with them. Anyway, I'm digressing, but these are the originals. So they came out in 84. Popularity meant they got reissued in 1985. They were designed they were designed for long distance trail runners. That was their original purpose. And it actually, the name was chosen because it resonated with the fast-paced feel of old bikes as well. That was another thing why ZX came. There's a connection. Basically, ZX came about through Kawasaki. Basically, the Japanese motorcycle manufacturer Kawasaki, the speed of the bikes, the fast pace, and the series itself actually has a deep connection to Japan. And that is something I'm going to go into. You know, so ZX came from Japan through the Kawasaki motorcycle manufacturer, but it doesn't end there. There's a lot of deep roots with Japan and the ZX line, and particularly the ZX500, and that's obviously what I'm going to show you. But obviously the original is a light onyx, call that grey, lead, a dark grey, and a red, which you obviously get on the heel tab and the tongue. Obviously the ZX500, it covers all bases on the upper. You've got the suede, you've got the nylon, and you've got the mesh. So all incorporated in that upper. And then of course you've got that very famous EVA midsole and heel counter for stability. And that of course is synonymous with all ZX500s, that EVA midsole. And I just think as well, the ZX range, you know, I mentioned it in my last video and I've heard it mentioned before, it's not been oversaturated. There's not been loads of them brought out, you know, unlike the City series, even the tobaccos and things like that, the countries, so many have been re-released over the last few years. ZX don't, there hasn't been a lot. This was, so basically that in 85 it got brought out, and I think it was, how many years? This got reissued in 2013. So that's 29 years later that came out. I don't believe that was reissued until then. So that just tells you, even then, you know, they weren't getting reissued a lot. It came out again in 2019, that, and it has been brought out again as a complete mesh only, which I'm not really into that, to be honest with you. But these were, as I say, 2013. I got these on Vinted. Now, I paid £107 for these, but the condition of them is absolutely stunning. It really is. They really are nice. A little, hardly any wear, just literally worn out till they go to the bins, I think. And it's just such an iconic, obviously silhouette, but also colourway. And I just had to get one of these in my collection. And I was about to get a pair from 2019. I was thinking, yeah, this is going to be probably as well as I can get. I'm never going to get a pair from 84 or 85. But these came up and I thought, all right, 100 odd quid, 2019. And then I asked the guy and he went 2013. I said, I'll have them. There's no box, didn't care, I'll have them. So that's them. So the OG, the ZX. So I'm going to put them up there out of the way because I have actually got quite a lot of shoes in front of me. So as I say, there's always been that connection with Japan, ZX coming from Japan, that name. And over the years, there has been some amazing collaborations with different Japanese manufacturers. I'm going to go through them, okay? Bear with me because I don't want to get mixed up, because I don't edit my videos and I don't want to go, oh no, I missed that bit out. So I've got four pairs. I've touched on one of the pairs on one of my videos earlier this year, I think it was. And I'll start with them because it is the first year, which is 2013. I'm starting in 2013, and that is the United Arrows, the Japanese manufacturer, clothing and shoes. It does clothing as well, United Arrows, but very well known to Adidas collectors, that brand. They've done a lot of collaborations, obviously the tobaccos, an endless New Balance, etc., all the different manufacturers. These were a very vintage looking release. I got these on eBay for £174. I think they retailed at about 90, but that was in 2013, so that's 12 years ago. But they've made it very vintage with an off-colour suede. They've even got on the tongue the French Adidas branding. It's a very much thin tongue, like you'd find on a lot of the old vintage. It's got that lovely combination, of course, of mesh, nylon, and suede overlapping. And you've got a beautiful forest green on the tab and the stripes. It's just a lovely, lovely shoe. The mint green underneath. Big fit in these. These are a 9.5. These fit me perfect. Always go down a half if you get a pair of these. You will see them about. You will see them about. Condition-wise, not easy to find in this sort of condition. Brand new tagged, forget about it. If you see a pair of brand new tagged, it's a rarity. It's rocking horse shit territory. So, and the box is there as well. And I'll just show you that in case you don't know what you're looking for. If you ever see that, grab a pair. Very underrated trainer, but very sought after by collectors more and more. And they're becoming more popular because they are out there. Obviously, you've got the cotton laces. Of course you have. I don't want to dwell too much on each pair because I'm already been talking 14 minutes. So here we go. Next one, 2013 again. Now these are a holy grail amongst Adidas collectors, especially ZX collectors. The ZX community, these are up there with as good as it gets, and they are the ZX Mastermind. I mean, look at that on the back. You just don't see that anywhere. Mastermind is a Japanese retailer, street fashion, streetwear, and they are high end. Needless to say, these retailed at £155 in 2013. So you can imagine how expensive they are now. Now these I paid a lot of money for. They're tagged. They're a 10.5. What's that? Oh, there we go. Even put my name in my shoe. No, that was in the box actually. Beautiful box. Let me just get to that box first. I'll show you that. You've got the Mastermind skull and crossbone there with a trefoil. There we go. ZX500 Mastermind. A 10.5. Fine. I'm not going to be wearing them anyway. The probably would fit me. I think they're a big fitting actually, so they'll be quite big. But let's go through them. These are just stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's a full suede upper, apart from you've got tonal zigzag cut stripes. Actually, you've got X-shaped laser cut perforations and mesh paneling. That's there. And it's hard to see that, but it is absolutely lovely. X-shaped laser cut perforations and mesh paneling. You've got a tonal zigzag cut stripes. So you've got the zigzags there. You might just see them there. Can you see? And you've got the trademark skull and crossbone on the back. Now that's a suede, all suede. This is all suede, beautiful suede, as the Japanese do suede. There's your skull and crossbones. You've got the silver logo on the tongue. That is absolutely lovely. This tongue is padded as well. The suede is absolutely stunning on these. You've got a metal bone-shaped lace lock, which is there. Can you see that on both? And yeah, it's just a stunning trainer. Obviously, you've got the EVA midsole. You've got the standard under there. And these are a pretty penny. I paid £400 for these. Yes, I did. And people wonder why sometimes I sell things. I sell parts of my collection, and people go, "What are you selling them for?" And it's like, well, you know, if you want to own some real grails and special pairs of trainers or whatever kind of footwear, some things just have to go. You know what I mean? I'm not made of money, as most of us aren't. And if you want to own these, unfortunately, sacrifices have to be made. And that's what I've had to do over my collection. And I've lost a big part of my collection over there, which is namely leisure shoes, walking boots, things like that, because I want to focus more on my trainer collection, which is what it's all about for me. The shoes just kind of grew from me getting Spezial. And then I thought, I don't wear a lot of these. I don't really, some of them I don't particularly like. So I've been sifting through them. If anyone spotted me on the Facebook groups and whatever, and eBay and stuff, moving them on. So that's those, the Mastermind. If you get a pair, please make the funds available and get them. You can obviously get them untagged. They'll be half that price. But yeah, that's just a pair. When I still am in my ZX500 throes of buying, they were definitely one I wanted to get, but I didn't think I'd get them brand new tagged, but I did have to pay extra for them. So now we go from 2013, we go to 2014, and these are a really special trainer. I really like these. I got these on eBay. I think they retailed at about £90 in 2014. I got these on eBay for 160, but again, very hard to find. You'd have seen a lot of these. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen a lot of these on my unboxings, but I also do short stories on this channel, and you'd have seen these probably getting unboxed maybe about 6 months ago, and that is the ZX500 Mitre. Mitre, again, a Japanese retailer, based in Tokyo. Very much, it's actually a sneaker, Mitre sneakers. Mitre is actually a district in Tokyo, M-I-T-A. And they are Mitre sneakers, Japanese retailer. And these, for me, are just absolutely stunning. I mean, to be honest, I'll probably say that about all my trainers. Oh, these are absolutely stunning. Certainly my ZX500s, because I love them. The colourway, straight away, if you're a bit of an Adidas geek like myself, you will know it is based on the Formel 1, which was a running shoe, came out in '77, the yellow and black, but a very much a different style midsole. With the Formel, you had it was like an extended heel spoiler at the back. Basically, they came out Formel 1. It was at the time of the Formula 1 peak craze period, and they were kind of like associated with your driving shoe with that little heel on the back, the extended spoiler, obviously resembling a racing car. But they also became quite a iconic trainer as well, because they look so different, and they've been re-released a few times, the Formula 1. I think it got re-released in 2016, so if you did want a pair, you could get them. But same colourway, but very different sole. And if you know, you know. If you've seen the pictures, you know. But these, obviously, base colourway on that. But aside from that, you've got everything the ZX500 is known for. The suede overlays. This is actually more of like a waterproof nylon there, not mesh. So very much a winter trainer, I'd say. The yellow in black, I think, stunning. That sometimes isn't a thing people like. They've gone for a real like dirty yellow, if you like, and they've done that to make it resemble more of a vintage look, which, funny enough, Spezial did with a TRX mesh back in the summer spring collection when they brought that out. Very much similar to that. In fact, should we have a look? Shall we check that? I think it maybe is. It is, isn't it? Yeah, similar. Maybe that's a little bit of a dirty yellow, actually. Back you go. So yeah, they are fantastic. It's obviously, well, it's got originals Tokyo, because it is, Mitre is a district in Tokyo and they're based in Tokyo, a sneaker manufacturer. There's something else I wanted to say about these, because they are quite such an iconic trainer, I think. The suede's lovely on them as well, actually, really nice. Nylon laces, I will say that they aren't cotton, but I love that heel tab as well. Just a great trainer, really nice trainer. Again, size wise, big fitting. They are a 10. I found them a little bit big. Get away with it with thick socks. And what did I pay for these? Did I say that? The Mitre 2014 retailed at about 90, I believe. I paid 164. I did say that, 164. But they are brand new. The original tags come off. Got these on eBay. I got them from a Japanese eBay seller. Can't remember the name. TF, not sure. Oh, it's got the perforated tongue as well. Very, very different to the United Arrows. And that's what I mean. They're all different. They all differ. Yes, it's the same silhouette. Yes, it's ZX500, but they all differ. Not just colourway, tongues, the different nylons, everything. And that's what I love about them. Final one. This came out in 2015, so I've gone 2 from 13, 1 from 14, and now we've got the 4th ZX500 Japanese collab. This is the Japanese manufacturer Neighborhood. There it is, the ZX500 NH ZX500 Neighborhood. Also a manufacturer streetwear Neighborhood. These, I got this, do you know what? These actually hold a bit of a story because these came, I got these on Vinted. Somebody said to me, I'd just started getting an interest in the ZX500s. I can't remember what I bought. I bought one pair, which I think I've since moved on. I think it was a Shaniquas. I got them in a pretty poor condition, so I moved them on, and I got a brand new pair of them, which you saw in my video the other week. But somebody said, you'll love these. The Neighbourhood ZX500. They were on Vinted for £39. £39 they were on Vinted. Absolutely stunning. Box, original box. Been worn. Well, have they been worn? Have they been worn? I don't know about that. Not a mark on them. Brand new. These can go for anything up to £100. And you know, just feeling that tongue as well, my God, it's leather. That tongue is leather. The soft leather upper, the suede. There's no mesh on this. This is leather and suede. It's absolutely stunning. Now, for me, quality-wise, they're up there with the Mastermind. Again, funny enough, their logo is a skull and crossbone. If you can look there, though, what a nice touch. You've got 3 lines through his skull. Isn't that nice? ZX5, oh, these are stunning. The actual, what is it I read? It resembles the Neighbourhood. I'm just finding it. It's obviously it's grey. It's a very light, it's a white as well. Nylon laces, shame on your Neighbourhood. I mean, this is it. They can't do everything right, can they? They really can't. You've got Neighbourhood in the footbed there as well. Can you see? Oh, just honestly, I don't hold these enough. They're absolutely stunning, these. I can't believe I got these actually for £39. But the suede, it's like a long suede, shaggy suede, and it resembles a gym towel. I read that somewhere and I thought, that's exactly what it reminds me of. You know, you get a lot of grey towels, don't you, in the gym as well? Not that I go to many gyms, but yeah, look at that. It's like a grey gym towel. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely lovely. As I say, the tongue's amazing. You've got that there. No mention of Japan on that. Oh, you've only got it on the Tokyo there. But yeah, just wonderful. And that retailed, I think, at about 90. Again, only the Mastermind with a real high-end price. This, do you know, I'm saying 90 that retailed. It might have been more. But again, it's relative because it was back in 2015, that one. So there we are. I mean, that is just 4 great examples of that ZX500 collaborated with 4 manufacturers from Japan, and they are just fantastic. If you get the chance to own any of these, I'm sure many people have got some of these already, but if you get the chance, really, I mean, yes, it's a bit of a rabbit hole, the ZX500s. There's more there I want to do. I've got the made in Germany there just behind me. There's other ZX500s I'm looking for. The Japanese collaboration Edifice, which came in navy and cream. I think I might have a cream pair. I don't know. I'm keeping that crossed. Navy I cannot find. But I keep an eye on Paul. Paul is a bit quiet at the moment. He's got his own stuff going on. But I'm sure he'll be back. And Paul, I'm sure, will source them somewhere as well over in Thailand. So there we go. I'm not going to go anymore because that is a half-an-hour video. If you watch this full video, please give me your address and I will send you a reward. So there we are. There we go. Right now, people maybe not too keen on the ZX500s. Everyone's waiting for Spezial. I get that. People are crazy for Spezial. I've been there myself, but I also love anything Adidas, and especially vintage. Love, obviously, the collaborations. But yeah, I'm going back into the vaults again. I'm bringing more stuff out. And I'll be doing more videos on those in the coming weeks as well. So keep your eyes peeled. Thank you for following the channel, subscribing. Really appreciate it. As I say, Blue Box, give him a follow as well. Support the channels. And come on, let's see some more. We can't get enough Adidas, can we? So, till next time, cheerio.